Using vintage lenses can open up a whole new world for an indie filmmaker, or any type of creative for that matter. Vintage lenses can be an excellent choice for your budget. You'll test your skill and improve just by working with them. And they're fun to use because sometimes you're not exactly sure what the outcome may be. A lot of cinematographers will repurpose vintage lenses to use for modern-day feature films. Swedish cinematographer Martin Algren, House of Cards, Daredevil, he did just that. He used vintage 60s Kowa Promenade lenses in the filming of the HBO miniseries The Plot Against America. However, the vintage lenses have nice flares, but they can also give the highlights a double exposure, as in these image examples. To overcome this during the beautiful night scenes, Algren switched between Cooke lenses for the close-ups, and as you can see, the Kowa lenses highlight double exposure examples in the background on the lights of the last 3 photos with the actors. This was a beautifully shot miniseries. Trivia tip, you can also tell how many aperture blades a lens has by the shape and size of the flare it makes. By the way, the woman is Zoe Kazan, the great director Elia Kazan's granddaughter. Vintage lenses can be an excellent choice for your budget. You'll test your skill and improve just by working with them. Some of my favorite and the favorite of other indie filmmakers are the well-known Russian Helios lenses. These lenses were made from the patent of the Carl Zeiss lenses. After World War II, Russia received the plans and the patents of the Zeiss glass as part of reparations. The Helios 44 is a Soviet copy of the Carl Zeiss Biotar 58mm f2 lens produced under the Helios lens brand. The lens is currently made in Russia for the M42 lens mount. These are great lenses, and they will only set your pocketbook back about $50 to $100. There's tons of vintage glass out there, and if this may be something you're interested in, then you might want to check them out. This is a Zeiss Jenna lens, and it's a 50mm 2.8. I was so inspired by the lighting in this series that when a client asked me to film something for them that would have an old-fashioned flair to it, I immediately thought about this series, and I wanted to replicate the look because I thought it would fit well. This was the setup before we shot, and after we got the light set up with CTB coming in from the right, key light, and CTO was set on the left. The light temperature was set at about 4300 or so Kelvin, I think. Now let's see the final outcome compared to the series that I admired. I didn't use a vintage lens for my footage. I didn't know that he had used vintage lenses on this when I admired the lighting. So I think I used an Olympus M Zuiko 12 to 100 and my Rokinon cinema lenses 12 and 50 millimeter. If I had known, I would have probably tried to use them. Well, thanks for watching, and I'll be back with another video next week here at Everyday Filmmaker.